Let's talk about Duolingo, the language learning app that's part educational tool, part video game, and somehow part internet meme. If you've used it, you've probably met the app's cheerful yet mildly threatening green mascot, Duo the Owl. This little bird has a reputation for being both a lovable coach and, well, a relentless guilt machine. But how does Duolingo manage to hook you in and keep you coming back? Spoiler alert, it's not just because of that streak reminder. Let's start with Duo the Owl. At first glance, Duo seems friendly enough, popping up on your screen with little reminders to practice your Spanish or French. But thanks to the internet, Duo has become so much more. The memes portray this bird as a passive-aggressive enforcer, with captions like, "You haven't practiced your German today. We know where you live." It's a running joke, of course, but it taps into something real, Duolingo's ability to make you feel guilty for skipping a day. And let's be honest, who hasn't felt that pang of guilt when Duo reminds you about your streak? But here's the thing, Duolingo knows exactly what it's doing. Behind the memes is a carefully crafted system designed to keep you engaged, motivated, and maybe just a little obsessed. At the core of Duolingo's success is gamification. It's a fancy way of saying that the app turns learning into a game. When you open Duolingo, you're not just doing boring grammar exercises. You're earning XP, collecting gems, unlocking achievements, and climbing leaderboards. Every lesson feels like a level in a video game, and every correct answer gives you a hit of dopamine. But it's not just the rewards that keep you hooked, it's the stakes. Take the streak feature, for example. The app tracks how many consecutive days you've practiced, and once you start building that streak, it becomes your pride and joy. The longer it gets, the harder it is to break. Missing a day feels like losing a trophy you've worked so hard to earn. And if you do miss a day, don't worry. Duolingo has your back. For a price, the Streak Freeze feature lets you keep your streak intact, but it costs gems which you can earn or buy. Then there are the leaderboards. This is where things get competitive. Duolingo groups you with other users and ranks you based on how much XP you've earned that week. Suddenly, you're not just learning a language, you're trying to outperform strangers from around the world. And if you're anything like me, you've probably done a few extra lessons just to make sure you don't get bumped down a league. But Duolingo's strategy doesn't stop there. Let's talk about those notifications. Duo's reminders are designed to nudge you back into the app at just the right time. Maybe you're scrolling through your phone and suddenly you get a message that says, "Your streak is in danger." It's like Duo knows you're procrastinating and isn't afraid to call you out. And let's not ignore the tone of these reminders. They're playful, a little sassy, and sometimes downright hilarious. That's intentional. Duolingo wants you to feel like the app has a personality, a fun, quirky friend who really, really wants you to succeed. But here's the genius of it all. Duolingo doesn't just guilt you into practicing. It makes the experience so easy and rewarding that you want to keep coming back. Lessons are broken into bite-sized chunks that take just a few minutes to complete. You can practice on your lunch break, during your commute, or even while lying in bed. And those lessons are designed to be repetitive, but not boring. You'll see the same words and phrases pop up again and again, but each time, they're presented in a slightly different way, maybe as a matching game, a translation exercise, or a multiple-choice question. This approach, called spaced repetition, helps you retain what you've learned without feeling like you're just drilling vocabulary. Now, let's address the elephant, or owl, in the room. Does Duolingo actually work? The short answer is yes, to an extent. Duolingo is fantastic for building a foundation in a new language. It teaches you basic vocabulary, grammar, and sentence structure in a way that's accessible and fun, but it's not a magic bullet. To truly become fluent, you'll need to supplement Duolingo with other resources, like speaking with native speakers, watching movies in your target language, or taking formal classes. That said, Duolingo excels at one thing: it gets you started. For many people, the hardest part of learning a language is building the habit of practicing every day, and that's where Duolingo shines. By turning learning into a game, it lowers the barrier to entry and makes language learning feel less intimidating. So, what's the verdict on Duolingo? On the one hand, it's a brilliant tool for beginners. It's fun, addictive, and accessible to almost everyone, thanks to its free version. On the other hand, it's not without its flaws. Some critics argue that the app focuses too much on memorization and not enough on conversational skills. Others point out that it can be easy to game the system, completing lessons quickly, just to earn XP without really absorbing the material. But at the end of the day, Duolingo isn't just about learning a language, it's about building a habit. And if that means putting up with a few guilt trips from a green owl, maybe it's worth it. So, how many days is your streak right now? Or have you already felt the wrath of Duo? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into the apps and tools shaping our world.